Israel has murdered tens of thousands of children on purpose and then locked the doors of Gaza, shot dozens and dozens and dozens of journalists so no one can film what's happening, and just leveled the place so they can move the people out and take it. What's the justification for that? What's the excuse? Well, of course, there isn't one. And so the other day we thought, for the first time, we would go see what this looks like. And so there is, maybe this is one of the reasons they hate Qatar, the government of Qatar has taken in about 2,000 refugees from Gaza. They actually can't get any more because Israel won't let them out. But there was a period at the beginning of the bombing campaign in Gaza where some people did get out. And the government of Qatar said, okay, we'll take them, these Palestinians from Gaza, and we will treat their injuries, especially the children. We'll take the kids. So they live in a compound in Doha, and we went over there just to see it in between other things that we were doing. People we were talking to, people we were interviewing, and just thought we should go see that. So we didn't bring like a regular camera. Our cameraman, Kyle, who's really talented, had his iPhone because we didn't want to, stick a camera in people's faces and like exploit the suffering of others to make a point. We were not even planning on putting this on the air. But it was so distressing. It was so shocking to see children, many of them orphaned without any family at all. All their siblings have been killed. No parents have been killed, or their parents are stuck in Gaza and the Israelis won't let them out. Kids with no limbs, many with mangled faces. A child with a mangled face? But there were four of us, okay? Me, my business partner, who I've known my whole life, and two producers who we've worked with for many, many years. And these are guys who've really been around, like, everywhere, and seen other wars and seen a lot of injuries and, kind of hard to rattle. And by the time I get out of there, it was just four middle-aged men staring at the floor, trying not to cry. Here's part of what it looked like.
Who come as due to war in Gaza. Most of them children with special needs, or they are injured.
How many have two parents?
I gave my female, my right, and also in my knee.
There's an awful lot we left out of there. You don't, again, want to exploit the suffering of others. I felt a little bit weird even filming anything. But in the end, we decided it was important because, what the hell? I mean, what the hell? All these kids with their limbs blown off. This little girl looked just like my goddaughter, with no fingers, one hand and no fingers. Like, is she in Hamas? There are tens of thousands of those. And again, look, there's so-called collateral damage in war, I guess. Look at the pictures of Gaza. That's not collateral damage. They flattened the place so they could take it. And now they're trying to force the people into other countries, including ours, including the United States. Not only do we have to pay for the war, but also take in all the survivors? Why do we have anything to do with this? But what's most shocking to me is that no one seems bothered by it. None of the people who support Israel seem bothered by it at all. And that's the real threat. It's not just the crime, children whose faces are mangled by U.S. munitions, because why? The real crime is the way that the supporters of this atrocity are justifying it. Not simply to the world, but to themselves. They're justifying it by saying out loud, well, they're all Hamas because they're all in Gaza. And yeah, they're kids, but if we let them grow up, they'd become Hamas too. What they're describing is the concept of blood guilt and the collective punishment and reward that naturally flows from that belief. And the belief is God favors some, but not others. And that is the enemy of Western civilization. That is the opposite of what Christians believe. Christians believe that every person was created as an individual by God. That's why anti-Semitism is wrong. That's why Gaza is wrong. Every person is created as an individual and must be judged as an individual. We don't like what you do. We can't blow the fingers off your daughter That's not allowed. But they think it is allowed. They're celebrating it.